Brandon Daniels joins us, CEO of Exiger, the supply chain related firm that deals with artificial intelligence. He's always on the move, and today he's literally on the move in his car. Brandon, it seems like everybody in the markets, we had a few conversations today with investor types, seem to be saying, all right, sigh of relief. We've gotten through this. Is that the right read from where you sit in terms of the Middle East right now?
Connell, it's good to see you. Thank you for having me on. And sorry, it's probably a little bit choppy as
okay.
I'm being driven here. Look, I think it's fair to say that the markets would be right to have a temporary pause or some calm. The return strikes were weak, but there are still a lot of potential issues that are, on the horizon. So if for instance, the Iranians look to block the Strait of Hormuz, which, the U.S. military has done literally dozens of exercises to determine exactly how they would free up that body of water if it did happen. You have 20% of the world's oil that goes through that strait, Connell.
Yeah.
And so, you're really looking at a potential blockade or logistics issue that could reverberate across the entire economy.
Well, why would you do that if you're Iran?
You would do that to try to exact some punishment, right? You're trying to hit America where it hurts. And the fact is, our bases and our assets in the region are well guarded. I mean, what President Trump was saying about, the weakness of the response, it is weak. It's weak because we have a hammer that's Thor's hammer in the region, right?
Yeah.
And so that's very strategic. But if you could block the Strait of Hormuz, and you don't need the level of capability that you would need to sort of to fight an open air battle. You could actually exact a significant amount of punishment and put some pressure on the administration and on the world. Now, the thing is, it actually wouldn't hurt the United States as much as it would hurt a lot of their other major allies. And so it's unlikely that they'll actually move, or the Ayatollah will move to actually block the strait, but we'll see. The other thing is, Connell, when I'm looking at this, and I'm literally just returning from the Hill, right, where I was meeting with members on a lot of these issues. The one thing that I see is that there are two sort of concurrent supply chain problems. One, there's the supply chain of continuing to defend the region. And, we use the B-2s, we use there were 30 Tomahawk shot, and I think in all of 2024 we may have produced 60.
We'll get back to those particular issues. Point well taken. Strait of Hormuz. Brandon Daniels with us. I'll have to take a quick break.